Hello my fellow riders, this is Chris at Riding Reviews, and today we're going to be looking at the Leeway 50cc delivery. Now as you can see, it's very cold in here and it's getting to that point of the season where nobody is riding, nobody is watching, and nobody wants to talk motorbikes at the minute. So we'll see how this goes. But at the minute, due to obviously out of seasonness, my viewer rates have declined by about 25%. But I'm sure when it comes to February sort of time, those numbers will go back up again. Now I was trying to do, I was thinking about doing like the Deliveroo advert on this.
Did somebody say just me? Get delivery like a G. See, hungry dogs gotta eat. I get mines every day, every week. Chicken wings to the crib I'm sitting in.
I'm pretending I'm Snoop Dogg, but Snoop Dogg I am not. So I thought that I'd just end up looking like an idiot.
Withering idiots!
More than I normally do, so I won't go there. So we're going to do this the same-ish sort of way that we normally do. Spec, design, comfort, cost of riding, and pros and cons. Now, let's get on with this one. Spec. Now this bike is pretty much the same as the Lexmoto Echo and the Bullet or Nico 1. It comes with around 2 to 3 horsepower, maybe creeping more to the 3 horsepower, and it comes with 2.5 newton meters worth of torque. Again, maybe that's a little bit more. The problem we have with quite a few of the Chinese motorbikes is they don't actually give you the spec, so we're pulling off of experience now on what sort of power this will provide. Now this is restricted, and it will do, I just test rode it and you'll see on the video in a minute, the restriction on this is between 34 and 35 miles an hour. So it's a little bit higher than the normal restriction, but it is still classed as legal. Now, as I said, this is like the Lexmoto Echo, and it comes with that GY6 engine, 12-inch wheels on the front. The only thing that this has got the Lexmoto Echo hasn't is, number one, it's got tons and tons of space, and number two, it's got a USB port here and the big hook for your shopping underneath. Now we'll talk about this in a little bit because this would be part of design. Now it is a fairly basic scooter. It comes with bulb indicators, bulb front light and bulb rear light. Disc on the front, drum on the back, and they do have those CST tyres with the, as I say, 12-inch. This is electronically carbureted, and it does have a engine management light on it. So we'll go over the switchgear. It's got indicators, it's got hazard lights, horn, high beam, low beam, kill switch, and starter button. This one is another one where you put the side stand down and the bike will not start, or if you put it down when you come to a stop, then it will cut the engine off. Again, like the Echo, this is going to do the 120-ish miles per gallon. Obviously, that depends how many deliveries you've got and how many deliveries you've had. So that makes a big difference on the fuel economy of these sort of bikes. Also, it depends on stop starting, what sort of fuel you put on it, and how many hills and stuff like that you put on. But on an average, you're looking to around 100 to 120 miles to the gallon. Design. Now, as you can see, this bike is not the best, sportiest looking bike out there, but it has one thing that every other scooter hasn't, and that is tons of space. It comes with this 20-inch box on the back, which you can get several 20-inch pizzas in it, and lots of other takeaways. It has ample room under there, so we'll open it up, and it is a locked top box. So there'll be a picture somewhere. So it's big enough to get, I would say, about 18-inch pizzas in, maybe a couple more, maybe, yeah, about 8, we'll stick with 8. So you can stick 8 pizzas in there. Also, it has got a lock under the seat. Now this isn't quite as big as you would find on like a Lexmoto Echo, and you wouldn't be able to get a helmet in there, but you've got the back if you haven't got any deliveries, and you can put it in there. This area would be for like,
we have 300 hamburgers, many French fries.
All of that sort of stuff could go in there. And again, it's got a big box on the front so that you could put your drinks in there. Now, this is good if you're going to get like a 16-year-old to do your deliveries, because it is legal for a 16-year-old to ride this bike. Also, it is legal for somebody who has their grandfather's rights on their license. Grandfather's rights means that as long as you pass your driving license before February 2001, you can ride this without doing a CBT, without having L plates, and in theory you could take a pillion, but you can't get a pillion on this bike. Now the last good thing about this is, on a standard scooter with the back rack and the luggage box, majority of them are designed to take about 5 kilo. Now this bike in theory should be able to take this box should in theory be able to take the weight of a whole person. So that is going to be really good. In theory you could fill it up with, I think, gold, and it would still be absolutely fine. The max weight, laden weight on these bikes is about 250 kilo. I wouldn't be going up and down curbs and jumping over ramps and stuff at that sort of weight, or any sort of weight. Curbs is fine, but yeah, don't jump. So comfort, we will go over to the test ride portion, and we will do a video going round on that, which today I am going to do commentary over, because it's quite hard to get the audio right on a test ride. I'm working on it. If anybody's got any good ideas on how to make the audio better in the helmet, because at the minute I put the microphone in the cushion on the side of the face, because if I put it on the front it keeps on rubbing on my beard or tash or bum fluff or whatever you want to call it, and makes loads of noise. And also it's very hard to get rid of wind. I've tried audio equipment and stuff like that to remove the wind, but it just leaves this weird tinny sound, which you guys wouldn't like, so I'm not going to do it. Cost of riding. This bike is £1,299 on the road, and it is exclusively from Cheap Bikes R Us. You cannot get this one anywhere else in the UK apart from Cheap Bikes R Us, and this is adding to the Cheap Bikes R Us's range. So you've got the Leeway Delivery 50cc, you have the Yamazaki YM50 RE and the Yamazaki F50. Yeah, and that is our range at the minute. We are planning on potentially increasing the range later on, but anyway, I digress. We're getting off the subject. So this bike is £1,299 on the road. The first year's tax comes with the bike, then after it is going to be £20 a year. You do not have to have an MOT for 3 years, and your insurance on this for a standard use rider, not a delivery rider, should be somewhere in the region of £350 to £500. Now, soon I'm going to be doing a video on insurances, and I have been in contact with BikeSure, and they have given me a list of average prices for 3 different bikes, so we're going to talk about that a little bit at another time. Pros and cons. So this bike isn't going to win any awards for being the best looking bike on the market, but it may well win some awards for being, say, the most useful. So the whole point of this bike is to be a delivery bike. It has masses of space. It has Lots of room for advertising as well. You can get stickers front, back and sides on the front, all around the box. And obviously for a price, Cheap Bikes R Us can organise getting your stickers on this. Now, this bike is going to be really strong. It's going to be great. Potentially, being really realistic, quite often the delivery industry has a lot of accidents on bikes. So you want something fairly strong, something substantial to be able to take up those impacts. Generally, when people fall off of these sort of things, you might scuff this, snap the lever, break the mirror, and maybe scuff the box a little bit. I don't think you're going to smash the box. I think it's that it's not the really hard plastic. There is some give in that, so you will be able to. It will be able to flex and not just snap. To finish off, this bike is going to be really good for a delivery purposes, or even if you don't have any other transport and you want to use it to go to and from the shops. Whereas on a normal scooter, you're not going to be able to get a lot on there. On this one, for a single person, you should be able to get a whole week shopping. And also, you've got that seat and the backrest there, which makes things nice. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it has helped you decide on a scooter. Maybe not this one, maybe some of the other ones in our range, but I hope it has helped you out in your decision. Now subscribe to my channel to stay updated to all of my latest content. Hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, depending if you like my video. Comment below if you've got any questions or anything to say. And up here we are going to have some more videos on 50cc's. Down here we are going to have the latest video I have released, which at the moment is this one, but there will be something else. And please hit that subscribe button in the middle to stay updated. But as always, ride safe.